Ties, please, let's both of us stop trying to justify this whole thing and admit you're in danger.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I heal in a single round? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. You know what would happen if I suddenly switched to DPS? A support with so much utility I carry the team fights goes belly up, disappears. That healing ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not at risk, Sacred. I am the risk. A guy gets dove in the backline, you think that of me? No, I am the one diving. Yeah, Overwatch is pretty fun.
Emre just killed himself. Oh, I got it! Ooh, I got it!
What Overwatch character is most likely to commit suicide?
Oh, Moira, apparently.
Cat down, cat down, cat down! Good fight! Wow!
Overwatch has had a sort of aura around it for years. A big, green, smelly aura. A stealing coworkers' breast milk from the fridge type of aura. Honestly, I didn't think the game was worth playing. People I know who play the game just seem to hate it. Balancing issue here, the 15th Mercy and Kiriko skin this week, Roadhog's existence. I rarely heard anyone talk positively about it. And then I played it.
Alright, who's get dragged?
Alright, cat.
Alright, come on.
Zenyatta! Battle Zenyatta! I am immediately deceased. No!
This game kinda rocks, like, completely no filters. It's great. Tons of fun characters, and I've played pretty much all of them to try them out. Some of the characters are painfully simple, clearly designed to help bridge the gap for newcomers. Then you have characters with insane, out-there designs, clearly made for those familiar with hero shooters and the genre. That's not saying every Soldier 76 you see won't be doing anything, or every Genji you see will be a server admin. There's clear difficulties built into characters. For flanking, you can use a guy who can teleport and make himself intangible while wielding a pair of shotguns. You can easily get in, get a kill, and get out. Or you could pick the lady with the massive sword and throw yourself into the fight and hope it works out. Or the miner, ER, with a giant drill who can throw people around and off the map. There's all kinds of characters for all kinds of play. I found myself pulled to multiple different characters throughout my playtime, so my main keeps changing frequently. Sometimes I want to play the simple Emre, firing down shots from my old like a god with fury. Or maybe I want to play Orisa, running around, blocking incoming fire, commanding the attention of the enemy team. Maybe today I feel like playing Lucio, jumping from wall to wall and giving myself to the rhythm. There's obviously characters I don't like though. I don't like snipers, so characters like Widowmaker and Ashe make me feel nothing. I don't really like how Mercy's movement feels. I love Torb's turret, and he's really funny, but I just don't like his primary. There's all kinds of reasons to pick and choose who you like playing as or don't, and with over 50 characters in the roster that keeps growing, there's going to be a character for you. Oh, sure, yeah, run the intro 3 minutes into the video.
It is normal.
This team does not know what they want at all.
Oh my god!
The game is also very accessible for both casual and competitive players. If you want to play competitive, it's right there, easy to click on and clearly separated from the casual mode. The casual mode also has a few alternative ways to play: a 5-player team mode with 1 tank, 2 DPS, and 2 support, or a 6-player team with a max of 2 tanks but free reign over everything else. I'm not huge on the 5-player teams, mostly because of the role queue, maybe. I like to play every role. I found myself leaning more towards support and tank as time has gone on, but the hard limits kind of ruin it for me. I tend to find 6s a lot more fun, but that could be because I tend to queue with my friends. I generally try to refrain from solo queuing.
What if he was James and he was like,
What was that?
Your programs glitch out there, dude?
Alright guys,
okay.
my data might be a little corrupted, but let's run it.
What is going on over here, Mike?
No, let's be fine. Data's corrupted, let's just run it.
Why is my game so bad right now?
What's happening to your game is what's happening to my mic. You're going with me, mister!
I can't tell if it's on purpose or not.
Genji.
What really really makes or breaks a game, though, are the maps and game modes. It doesn't matter if it's the greatest game of all time if all the maps suck. For Overwatch, overall, they're pretty solid. There's some real stinkers in there, though. I'm not a big fan of Circuit Royale, Havana, and New Junk City. Pretty much every control point map is pretty solid, though. I especially like Ilios and Lijiang Tower. I'm a Lucio and Cat player. I also bloody hate King's Row. I don't know why people keep voting for it. I feel like most games I play on it are just steamrolls. Very rarely does the payload actually ever feel like it starts and stops. There are a lot of maps I do like though, namely Oasis, Rialto, Suravasa, and Numbani. Each map feels really distinct, and with there being 5 main game modes in the standard rotation, and most maps coming in different times of day, it gives plenty of unique ways to experience the maps. Control points will even vary which point it starts on. I do feel the need to shame one game mode in particular, though.
But Philip,
gambling
you
was
love
fun.
gambling. Fuck! No!
Oh my god.
Push is one of the worst game modes I think I've seen in any game ever. Renasapi is fine, but the others are just all atrocious. Flashpoint is just control, but instead of being teleported to a new map and resetting between each point, you just move to the next one in a full big map. Flashpoint keeps the feel of control. You're fighting across multiple distinct points. My point here is that you move. I'm on the wrong point.
I like it. Where are you?
I fully went to the wrong point, dog. I'm not gonna lie.
Bro, look at my vendetta, dog. Look at my vendetta, bro.
Fully went to the wrong
How did you
point.
even do that?
Push is a garbage, horrible game mode, and it should feel bad. Payload is awesome. It and Control Point are some of my favorite game modes in any game ever. Payload keeps the fight moving, the lines of war changing with where the payload is. This is why stuff like the payload slowly moving backwards if it hasn't been touched in a few moments is so crucial. It allows the fights to not constantly feel like you're trying to break through a steel door. Push forgoes that for sort of tug-of-war concept, except Payload is Twitter and Push is X. It fundamentally misunderstands what makes Payload so good and just changes it for the sake of changing it. With the tug-of-war aspect, it causes fights to repeatedly end up in the same area. If I have to take a 6th team fight in this stretch of Colosseo again, I'm going to push myself off a bridge! This video is sponsored by my YouTube members and Twitch subs. If you want to join them and get access to exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff, you just need to join and then hop into the Discord. Thank you. Hey, I'm just in for a quick pit stop. Can I get a sparkling water?
Ew, who goes to a cafe and orders that? Guards, seize him.
Alright, now that you're familiar with the gameplay, maps, and some of the cast, I'd like to hyper-focus on some specific characters and how the game feels around them. And I gotta start with the negatives. The first one, of course, being... Roadhog is just bad character design. He's a character entirely designed around control, and he does that by hitting you with a one-shot combo. He hooks you in, shoots and punches you, and that's designed to one-tap pretty much any enemy. It's just a really bad idea. Widowmaker, despite snipers not being my thing, requires skill to get value. You need to be good enough and well positioned in order to get a snipe. You need to be able to hit moving targets and targets of all sizes. Do I like Widowmaker? No. I think snipers are lame, but at least she requires skill. She's also very prone to being dove by characters like Jetpack Cat or your pick flank DPS. Roadhog has a huge hitbox on a short cooldown that he can just throw around to grab someone. Sure, he's not great at dueling tanks, but when he can terrorize just about any DPS or support he's able to grab, there's clearly something wrong. He's not overly oppressive, he's just really annoying. You can tell this was a character designed in 2016. There's another really annoying character too. What does she even do? Sombra is either a god tier character or just completely garbage. It's like the devs have no idea what to do with her. She can be good and sneaky, picking off targets that are out of position or left behind. Or she just gets completely dumpstered. It's so difficult to make any plays off hacking anyone. You quickly become exposed, they shout out that they're being hacked and half the team peels, and then the time that their abilities are on cooldown is so short that they pretty much just don't get disabled. If you're halfway decent at the game with positioning, Sombra pretty much can't do anything. Sombra is both the coughing baby and the hydrogen bomb. Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed. One play of the game, 11 losers. I eat losers for breakfast.
I don't think so.
Sombra is a character that desperately needs more. More damage, more time with ability shut down, more invisibility, more anything. She plays like a mosquito, where she can't do too much without becoming a horde of bloodsuckers, but just one on her own is easy enough to swat. She needs just as much positioning and timing as the people she's hunting don't. I can't believe I'm advocating for this, but I think Sombra needs a buff to guide new players towards more easily playing and countering her. How do you counter a Reinhardt? Well, you would pick someone with a high damage output to shred through a shield, so Bastion is your guy. Or maybe a melee character, since melee attacks can go through shields. Vendetta can work. How do you counter an invisible character who disables your abilities? You throw around a bunch of Junkrat traps or Symmetra turrets and hope to catch her off guard? She's just too obtuse for the majority of players, and that's the real problem. Also, I let some of my friends lend their voices and opinions to the video. All credits for these segments are in the description. I hope you enjoy their takes.
Why, hello all. The name's Jax. I've been playing with Ties and my other friends that are in this video a lot more Overwatch than Marvel Rivals, I'll say so myself. I've pretty much been playing Overwatch the same time Ties has been playing, and I've noticed a lot of differences between the two games, and I wanted to talk about one of them here in this video. Now, don't get me wrong, Rivals is a lot of fun, especially with friends to queue up with, but the game loop of Overwatch has been a lot more enjoyable, at least for me at least. A rollout being faster, the characters feeling really nice, granted sometimes very boring. I'm looking at you, Soldier 76. The kills feel more rewarding, especially if you're melee. Plus, with there being a lot less get out of jail free cards and a lot less ult spamming than there is in Rivals, granted it is getting a lot better, it really makes feeling ults and the game in general feel a lot more strategic and overall satisfying when a huge ult happens that gets like 4 to 6 kills and makes it more hype when it does. Unlike in Rivals, where one good ult can wipe the entire team. I'm looking at you, Winter Soldier, although I do see, setting-wise, why the difference is there. With Rivals being a superhero game, hence all the batshit crazy stuff going on, and Overwatch being a game about war, a more grounded experience. And I respect that they've done a solid enough job in keeping that setting intact, even if you added a cat in a jetpack. I can't believe they added that. I want to thank you, Ties, for having me on this video, and I can't wait to be playing more Overwatch with you all in the future. Till then, peace! I'm out.
Overwatch characters are designed in 3 big ways: to play cool, to look cool, or sell skins. Somehow, Genji hits all 3. I think Genji is the shining example of Overwatch's character design. That's not to say others are bad though. Tracer, Illari, Baptiste, and Mauga are all really cool in their own ways. Genji's original look is just so good. These pieces on the side make me think of muscles, which works so well, since Genji doesn't have much of a person left over underneath. And then the glowy green circles, the text on his torso, the feet that resemble boots. This is such a sleek and stylish design that it works so well. His helmet is also sick, clearly lined where it can be separated open to reveal his face, but hiding it so well. Genji also uses these 2 cool swords and retrieves shurikens from his right arm. And then there's his Overwatch 2 design. The armor stays the same, but now he dons casual clothes with small armor additions on top. I didn't like it. It covers up the armor. One sleeve of the jacket is shorter than the other. It looks weird and messy. And then I realized it's because he's become a lot more comfortable in his body. It's really grown on me since then, to the point I think I prefer his Overwatch 2 design. And Genji's designs in general are just so good. He's got some stinkers. Black Watch and Stonecrow are rough, but he's got so many good skins. Royal Guard, Genji Man, Nomad, and Junker are just a few examples. And then there's my favorite skin, Street Runner.
Then something just snapped. Something inside of me. No, no more! That's it! I don't care! I didn't care anymore. I didn't care about being better than Kakarot. I didn't care about being a Super Saiyan. I didn't care if I lived. I didn't care about anything. And then it happened.
Jax hit the nano.
Get him!
Okay, Jax, I hit the second tower.
And then something just snapped! Something inside of me! Genji's movement is so cool. In fact, a lot of the movement in this game is really good. But one character in particular caught my eye. I love this guy. This is some of the best movement I've felt from any video game. It's a little much at first, but once you begin to chain together hops, climbs, and all kinds of stuff, it just becomes so much fun. I still don't think I'm even that particularly good at this character, but I'm pulling off all kinds of crazy rollouts and jumps. Genuinely, I think an indie game focusing on parkour with Lucio's movement would be a banger. He also boops. I like boops.
Dude, this Arissa's just sitting over here.
Hi, how are you?
That's like bait, right? Like,
That's bait.
What the fuck was that Moira's plan?
I guess, dude. Why not? It feels really satisfying. I just like his movement. It can feel a little bit wonky at first, but once you get it down, it feels great. I got 9 environmental kills in a single match because I'm starting to get the hang of it. There's just something about this character that really clicks with me. He's probably become my main, and that reason is why he's the thumbnail and who I use to represent myself in the machinimas. Lucio's just an insanely fun character and a real standout success from the cast. One thing I really like is that most of the movement-heavy characters are supports. Sure, there are characters like Venture, Sojourner, and Wrecking Ball that have a lot of movement. It's just that a lot of the characters that focus on movement are support. Lucio, Mercy, Juno, and I think it's time. We need to discuss this Menace.
Oh my god, these things. The turrets can kill me?
That's the point, turrets. Kills him! Kills him! Kills him! I didn't think you were gonna ult there, I'll be honest.
I'm gonna gotta focus that Widow because she's gonna get free picks.
Okay.
When everybody's focusing the main line.
Holy shit, bro.
If you can ping her, if you can ping her. There she is.
That's Anna, but that's also the threat.
I got her, I got her. I got Widow.
Nice.
Watch out behind. I saw somebody walk over here.
Nice. I got Malka, let's go. Yeah!
Yeah!
No mercy, no mercy. Woo! Sorry, saying.
No, she ulted me. I'm 10 HP. I'm good.
Alright, got Widow.
Grab me.
Alright.
Go get him.
Yeah, this three, huge. Nice. I killed him with the aura, dude. I farted on him.
Got 2.
Can you fly me up here so I can fight the tank?
Actually, I'll fight D.Va. That's fine. I'll fight D.Va. Okay.
Oh, got one of them. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh!
Alright, what's the fly?
Hold on, I'll stop time for you.
Big one.
Alright, kill them all.
What have I got?
Give me one good reason.
Beep boop boop bop bop.
Bastion is life.
No!
Bastion's the...
Jetpack Cat is one of the most fun heroes in Overwatch. A good healer, disruptor, flanker, nuke carrier. It's a jack of all trades character.
Alright guys, I swapped to my true main.
Don't even joke.
No. This man went
By prioritizing making the support characters a lot of fun to move with, it encourages people to play them. Even just simple dashes like on Lifeweaver and Wooyon, it can make the characters leagues more interesting to the average player. But Cassidy can roll, Mizuki and Kiriko can teleport! Pretty much every single support has a movement ability, Sariana and Zenyatta, mostly to help them get out of scary situations. Those that don't instead have alternate methods. Ana Sleep Dart and Zenyatta just killing them before they can kill him. Even if it's minor, characters like Brigitte can have multiple options. She has both the shield slam, but she also has the whip shot to knock people even further away and make more room. It's so cool to me that the supports are designed like this. Whilst most of them are designed for healing first and foremost, they're all so unique and most of them are fun to play. I've already shouted out Lucio and Jetpack Hat, but I also really like playing Baptiste, Lifeweaver, and Juno. Movement is one of my favorite things in any game, and it's awesome. Alright, rest of the team is dead, it's just Cass and Ryan. Easy dive.
Oh, shit. Don't move. Hello.
Why does he have that? Why does he get to do that? There are all kinds of stuns in the game. Like, I'm an Orisa player, I love the Javelin, but Cass's just does not work. It requires such little skill. It's nowhere near as precise as Ana Sleep Dart, and it comes out way faster than Sigma's Rock. It's a near instant explosion that removes all of your movement abilities for over a whole second. Why does the cowboy have a big stun grenade? The rest of his kit is fine. Really good, even. It heavily prioritizes you hitting your shots, but he's still powerful at mid and close range, unlike sniper characters. His role fits the cowboy, and Deadeye is such a beautifully perfect ult. It's just that stupid little flashbang in his kit that's absurd. Make it like a beer bottle that shatters into bleed to help finish off targets, or old cigar butts that cover the enemy screen with black soot for a second. It's just this one little thing that completely messes up what would be an otherwise slam dunk of a character. I also really like his voice though.
The old razzle dazzle.
Matthew Mercer has been a bunch of characters that I love over the years, and I think Cassidy has become one of them since playing. I do have a friend who wants to discuss the voice acting of the game though, so...
Cassidy's voice is honestly one of my favorites in Overwatch. It's the perfect representation of the Old West cowboy voice everyone imagines in their head. This time, in a much more futuristic setting, the voice behind this cowboy is a one Matthew Mercer.
Oh god, no, you put this one on the list. I hate you guys so much. Well, I watched a lot of old spaghetti westerns. I thought my Italian was pretty good. Bonus, senors, and can I get you something to drink?
Although you may not know him by name, you definitely know him from the projects he's been in. To name a few, he is the voice of Jotaro Kujo in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
This is called a stand. It's a physical manifestation of the soul. Joseph is one of these as well.
McCready in Fallout 4.
Let's put it this way. Can't get much rest when you're sleeping with one eye open. Still, it was the best place for me to set up shop.
Espio the Chameleon from the Sonic series.
I am a dedicated, disciplined warrior. You cannot shake my confidence.
Midas from Fortnite. Yep, nope, I'm not joking about that. And finally, two roles that mean the most to me personally. Yusuke Kitagawa in Persona 5 and its spin-offs, as well as Kanji Tatsumi in the spin-offs of Persona 4 and the anime adaptation as well.
A breathtaking sight. Imitations they may be, but together they make a fine spectacle. Though the flowers of evil blossom, be it known, abominations are fated to perish!
Of course I am. Your attacks are like little bug bites. I just let my guard down, that's all.
But yep, Cassidy shares a connection with all these characters thanks to one person's amazing vocal performance. I feel like an extremely underrated aspect of hero shooters in general is the voice work of all the characters. I mean, you'll definitely be hearing them all game, whether it be from the characters you're playing or all the enemy heroes listening for ability callouts. Good voice work in these games is what helps keep you engaged in that match without taking you out of it. Thankfully, in this regard, I feel like Overwatch is one of the best examples of this. I think that every voice actor in this game, except Faraz, does an amazing job bringing these characters alive and really do their best to allow these characters' personalities to shine. I generally love listening to the interactions characters have both in-game and outside on YouTube because it feels like a chance to have these actors flex their range. From the funny interactions...
From one engineer to another, why a ball?
A wheel would fall over.
Delightful.
To the more serious ones.
Do you remember when we sat up at night, counting stars?
Yes. We wondered how many other Omnics were doing the same.
Yes, well, I've learned that too few of them look up at all.
Oh, and you cannot forget the amount of iconic alt lines this game has spawned. All from its amazing voice direction. Generally, I think that even if you haven't played the game before, you've definitely heard a couple of these through internet culture before. And I think the best way to show it off is just by playing a couple. Here you go.
Nerf this!
Hammer down! I've got you in my sights.
It's high noon.
Die, die, die.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Heroes never die.
Experience tranquility.
Now, a lot of these come from the original launch heroes from 2016 for, well, good reason, but I'd like to say that even some of the less iconic newer alt lines are just as good, so here's a couple of them I like too.
Suffer as I have. Sensei Koikiki. It's the Yatoa.
火雨翻天 Arriva la punizione! Welcome to orbit!
And the most important aspect of all of this, of course, is the fact you can spam voice lines to annoy the shit out of all of your friends. Which is the only reason you'd ever buy them, of course. I don't think I'd be the same man I am today if I couldn't hear a Doomfist player say, and they say chivalry is dead, for like the 500th time in a match. Overall, I think it's really important to point out voice work in games like these, especially considering the current landscape of the industry, preferring to get stuff done quicker, using a machine, rather than having someone talented do it much better than one ever could. Be sure to always show support to the voice actors that bring these amazing characters to life. Anyway, can they have Alex Lee voice someone in this game so he can make funny videos on it? Okay, bye!
Back with another milkshake.
The game also has a perk system. As the game progresses and you play well by getting kills, healing, or dealing damage, you will slowly level up. Starting at level 1 and then unlocking a minor perk at level 2 and a major at level 3, it's an interesting approach. It heavily encourages you to stick to a character and try new approaches instead of giving up and switching immediately. Of course, if you do need to switch later into the match, the rate at which you level up increases. But the perks are interesting. Some of them are really good. I think Torbjorn has some of the best perks. I think giving him a Counter-Strike upgrade by increasing his move speed while holding his melee weapon is a really unique way to turn this character into a speedy melee character, or just use it for mobility to take flank angles quicker. And then his major perk allows you to either stick the turret to surfaces or upgrade it to deal more damage. These are some really interesting perks and can change how a character is played, and each are situational. And then there's characters like Ramatra. Would you rather slightly increase the time of one ability's uptime on kill, or increase the size and duration of a shield for your entire team? Would you rather deal more damage or turn one of your offensive abilities that you want to put onto other players into something you can occasionally use to heal yourself? Or how about Orisa? Would you rather heal a bit during your ultimate, something you'll use probably about 2 to 4 times a match, or move faster in one of your abilities? Would you rather increase your javelin speed and power and allow it to pierce enemies, or replace your movement ability with a shield? Orisa's perks are a little bit more situational than Ramatra's, but why would you want to be rid of the ability that blocks pretty much all incoming damage and gives you a speed boost with a shield? I've just never found this to be pretty useful. And then there's Sierra. Pretty much both of her perk options are, would you like to do more damage, or make your drone a little bit better sometimes? Some of the perks in the game are well thought out though, like Junkrat's minor perks or all of Sojourn's perks. I think perks are meant to be situational choices made during a game, but why would I ever want to not have self-healing on Bastion? Opportunity cost plagues the perk upgrades, and I hope at some point a lot of them get reworked to matter a lot more.
Do you know how many robots have been shot down in the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting Omnic violence?
There's also the PvE. It's, not good. I played the harder difficulty with some friends on stream, and it was very not great. The balancing for the difficulty just means enemies have larger health pools, and that's about it. The mode is fine on easier difficulties, but it's honestly nothing special. The levels themselves are odd too. You buy a pack of 3 levels for $15, which is a fairly steep price, all things considered. Then they also lock who you can play as, but that makes sense. Except who they allow is weird. Why is Lucio the only support for level 1? I get he's the focus of the level, but he can't really solo heal and he's not built for fighting tankier enemies. Level 2 forces Sojourn to be on your team, which is fine. She's also the focus of the mission, but I think it's because they designed a few puzzles for her to complete, but other characters can complete them anyway. Why lock her specifically and not a can complete the puzzles patch? And then there's the third and final level. Absolutely atrocious, horrible, terrible, bad. You're limited to 4 characters, so every team will look the exact same, and those characters don't really even work together. Bastion is probably the only character here that can carry. Torb has his uses, but for the last half of the mission, he's on repair duty. Brig and Reinhardt are melee characters, which sucks because you need to get close to the enemies that deal insane damage with their own melee attacks. We never ended up beating the 3rd level. It takes way too long and has an insane cast of characters I really don't see being possible for anyone who doesn't have tens to hundreds of hours on these characters. Also, Reinhardt is available in every mission, even though I'm fairly confident he's probably one of the worst choices for every mission. His shield and pin might have their uses, but with how restricted his primary form of combat is, I don't think he's that good. One thing I will give these missions though, the animation work is phenomenal. Overwatch's animation and storytelling has always been incredible. Even before I started playing the game, I knew about Reunion, Hero, and Dragons. Even the new stuff, like Reign of Talon, are incredible. Truly, these Overwatch animations are some of the best I've seen come from any game. I literally only keep up with Valorant because of how good that game's animations are, and if I ever fall off the Overwatch train, I'll probably do the same with this game. It is some genuinely stellar work all around. I hope someday we get to see an Overwatch movie or TV show because it's just that good and already high enough quality. I've rewatched them several times over these last few months because shorts like Dragons and Honor and Glory are just really good as short films. The Last Bastion doesn't have a single spoken word, and it's one of the greatest things to come from this game. I also love how varied the art styles can be. I get it's probably cheaper to do the PNG storytelling over the full 3D, but it still can and does look good. I especially love the art style in Venture Short, but yeah, this is just an aspect of the game I didn't want to overlook because of how good they are.
Okay.
I love how you forgot about Diva Bomb.
I didn't forget about Diva Bomb, I killed her. Sorry, we're in the part of the video where it's just my miscellaneous unsorted thoughts. I don't really like the competitive mode. I played a bit with friends when drives were going on, and I don't like them at all. You spend hours for a PNG you keep for 2 months before it gets replaced by a new PNG you have to grind for. And then the other big draw are comp points. You can spend them to get gun recolors, but I think most of them are super ugly. Some absolutely have their uses and can look good, but for the most part I feel like they can really throw off the balance a skin already has by slapping gold or a red shader with the Talon logo on something. I really don't see the draw for these. I'd rather just like swap the weapons between skins. These recolors really don't interest me, and again, yeah, they can make stuff look real ugly. I'm also not huge on how payload is handled. I typically love payload. Like I mentioned earlier, it and Control Point are some of my favorites from any game, but playing the same map twice just feels like it drags. I understand the reasoning. Someone might just be better on defense than attack, for example, but it's just personally not my taste. I think I'm gonna stick to casual. Also, I'm never gonna touch Stadium again. I'm sorry, there's just too much to learn. This is too much.
God damn it.
I fucked up my ult so bad.
Oh! I just watched a man vanish in front of me. I think I need to cut myself off here. This video has gotten way too long. All in all, despite its flaws, I think I can say I like Overwatch. It's absolutely got some annoying characters, but I still enjoy it. I've played some of the Overwatch classic modes when it returned for the 10-year anniversary, and let's just say I'm glad I started playing the game now. The launch version was alright, but the 2020 mode was honestly just dreadful. From the outside looking in over these 10 years, Overwatch never really looked all that great. From the outside looking in over these 10 years, Overwatch never really looked that great. Plagued with controversies, the fans of the game seem to dislike it, and whilst it's still not perfect now, I think Overwatch is in a good state. Fun characters, fun movement, and a lot to love. Alright, jump right down.
Okay, Alma has no sleep.
Yep. Thank you.
Bro dropped his shield for 1 second. I immediately popped the hook.
I wanted to kill him with balls.
The game is also very silly. Like I said, I'm probably gonna stay to casual, but I just love how fun it can be. There's something unique in this game that can appeal to anyone. Simple shooters, flanking specialists, raid bosses that don't die, cool robots, guardian angels, and of course the movement characters. There's so many unique playstyles, it's honestly impressive, and there's always something you'll enjoy. So yeah, there you go. I'd recommend Overwatch right now. I think it's solid with a lot to love, and there's probably a character for you to love. Check it out if you're someone who hasn't played in a few years or if you've been on the fence. And if you want to see more of my friends and I playing the game, I have a 3-hour video on my second channel. There will be another at some point, but instead of making another one of those, I made this video. Can they hurry up and reveal this detective robot, whoever it is, will 100% become my main? Oh my god, I need this. Nobody cares about Demon!